turn over to page 294. Example 3 says you're going to use the distributive property to write each expression as an equivalent algebraic expression. Algebraic expression now means that I've thrown in letters. If you look at letter A says 4 times x plus 5. I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to distribute in. I'm going to take 4 times x. We know 4 times x is 4x. Because it's addition, I'm going to take 4 times 5, and 4 times 5 is 20. So my final answer is 4x plus 20. There's nothing else you need to do from there. Letter B says y plus 10 times 6. I'm going to take the 6 on the outside, and I'm going to distribute it in. 6 times y is 6y. 6 times 10 is 60. Because we have an algebraic expression, there's nothing to add or subtract together, so your final answer is the 6y plus 60. Please pause the video and work on 3A and 3B. (3A) says 2.4a plus 5. I'm going to take the 2.4 on the outside and distribute it in. 2.4 times a is 2.4. 2.4 times 5 is 12. So my final answer is 2.4a plus 12. If you haven't yet, pause the video and do 3B. 3B says b plus 6 times 3. I'm going to take the 3 on the outside and distribute it in. 3 times b is 3b. 3 times 6 is 18. So my final answer is 3b plus 18. Example 4 is the same process, except now they have thrown in a subtraction. You need to be careful with subtraction. You are going to look at a subtraction as though it was a negative. So if you look at letter A, it says 3 times m minus 4. They rewrote that to be 3 times m plus negative 4. What I'm going to do, I'm not necessarily going to make them negatives, but I'm just going to put a subtraction sign in. You would need to be careful if you had a negative number. So 3 times m is 3m. Because this is subtraction, I'm going to keep it subtraction. And then 3 times 4 is 12. So my final answer is 3m minus 12. Notice they had 3m plus negative 12 that they then wrote to 3m minus 12. Note that it is the same. You just need to remember that that 4 is essentially negative. Look at letter B. Letter B, I'm going to do the same thing. Negative 9.5 times n is negative 9.5n. But notice here I have a negative on the outside and now I have a negative on the inside. So when I do this, I'm really taking negative 9.5 times negative 7. A negative times a negative is a positive. So I'm going to write this as plus, and then negative 9.5 times negative 7 is 66.5. So my final answer is negative 9.5n plus 66.5. And again, it's plus because I had 2 negatives. Please pause the video and do 4A and 4B. (4A) says I'm going to take 2/3 times d. Again, it's d over 1. 2 times d is 2d. 3 times 1 is 3. We're going to leave that just as 2/3 d. Again, 2/3 times 3 over 1. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 1 is 3, but I know that 6 divided by 3 is 2. So my final answer is 2/3 d minus 2. If you haven't yet, pause the video and do 4B. 4B says negative 7 times e minus 4. Remember that minus means that that 4 is really negative. Negative 7 times e is negative 7e. Negative 7 times negative 4, 2 negatives make a positive, so negative 7e plus 28. As you are doing your homework, you need to make sure that you are writing the problem and showing your work. So the drawing of the arrows is an excellent thing to do to show your work.